And we are live, boys. Welcome to TTS podcast. Yo, Dev, what does TTS stand for?
Talk that shit.
That's the one. Talk that fucking shit, man. Anyway, Dev, what's going on, bro? How you been?
Been good, man. Been good. Been watching a couple of them Xbox shows, man. Reading these articles and comments on these YouTube channels, man. What are we gonna talk about today, man?
It's been a busy week, from E3 on Sunday, the aftermath. That's if we could talk about it. Yesterday, shout out to Paris as well. He did an extended Xbox E3 and they did more of a deep dive with the games. And yo, Johansson, my WBG brother, aka from the jungle, aka Mr. Jungle Grapes, what's going on?
Not much, man. It's been a busy week for me, but I woke up this morning. I saw the link. I said, you know what? I'm ready to talk that shit in the first ever episode of Tits. That's how you say it, right? Tits.
Yeah, man.
No, man, it's gonna be awesome, man. We had the post show, the extended show of Xbox. Shout out to Paris. Congratulations to him. And we got some other little things going around, but it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna talk that shit.
Oh, 100%. And do you know what? Shout out to Fugly for coming on as well. What's going on, Fugly?
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
It's going good, bro, man. I'm glad you can make it. I know it's early in the morning for you guys.
Yeah.
This is the type of show we're gonna do. It might not be on a weekly basis, but we'll see how it goes. Because of once I go back to work, my schedule is always different. Every day is not the same time. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm glad you guys are here, man. Your shout out to G's Ways, man. His dirt's there. Rodriguez. What's going on, MJ Rodriguez? What's going on, bro? Oh man, it's amazing. Look, early morning. Some of you guys not even had breakfast yet. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You're Fugly. We've not spoken to you about the E3 event, but what we're gonna start with, we'll get into that. But what we're gonna start with, I'm not sure if you've seen it.
I have.
Yeah. So, Sarah, we'll keep that for later. But Sarah Bond, you know who she is.
Oh boy. Everybody knows who she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's gorgeous.
That's what you call a wife material. I know she married. I just mean that with respect.
Talk that shit, Fugly. That's what it's all about. You can talk that shit, bro. Don't worry about it. But listen, she did an interview with Bloomberg, and I'm not sure if you've seen it. And what the interview is about the future of gaming for Microsoft. They're going to be investing into consoles. They're going to be investing into the TV platform, a streaming stick. If you want to game on a PC browser. But I'm not sure if you ever seen what Bloomberg put. Like they basically said that Xbox is ditching the console space. Did you see Dan? What's your take on that?
I think I didn't see that. I did see the Perry show, but after work, because I got home late, and then I just streamed it after when I got home. I couldn't see it in the morning. I didn't see that. I'm gonna make it a point today to see it. I really don't know. I don't know how that is true because I've seen plenty of articles where all the top execs from Microsoft and from Xbox, they both claim that they are working on future consoles. So I'm not sure.
That's the thing. Look, I'll share a picture on the screen, and this is what obviously we know what's going on with future consoles and what they're doing for gaming. I'll share a picture on the screen, and this is what Bloomberg put. Even though it wasn't mentioned in the interview, they just put it because you know what the media is like. It's all about that clickbait. Just give me a second whilst I pull it up.
Oh shit. Anyway, well, Sean is in silence, yo, dude. Is this surprising? Well, look, it's not surprising that Xbox is being, or somebody on Microsoft being misquoted. It's something like it's normal already. I don't know why they do it, even though they have the information on their faces, they know what's the plan and everything. They still misquote them, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Last Fugly, can you see this exactly what it says?
I can see that.
I did consoles. I mean, wow.
No,
I did see this. Now that I remember, I didn't see the interview, but I did see this post. You got to understand, this isn't Xbox talking. This is somebody from the report site, whatever channel they're on. They're the ones typing this. This
is Bloomberg, and Bloomberg is they're not a small media site.
Yeah, but they're not a small media site. And second, Dude, the headline is right there in big letters, right there, like ditches consoles, like fuck consoles. When did they say that? Jesus Christ, man.
That's what I'm saying. Xbox didn't say that. What you got to understand, just like the IGN people, there's people behind behind doors that are taking their own take on the movie. You know how two twins watch a movie, one of them gives you an A thing, the other one gives you a B, completely opposite of what they saw. The person typing this, like the producer behind the show, they're the ones typing this stuff. I don't think that came from Xbox.
Yeah, that's crazy, damn man. Yo, Deb, what's your take on this? We've seen this going out through the week, and it's crazy to see that we had the main guy, man, the CEO, Satya Nadella, saying we're going to be doubling down on gaming and we're going to be investing into gaming. And they talked about future console. They're actually working on the future console for the next generation, or maybe a mid-gen refresh. What's your take on this? When you're doing an interview, like someone like Sarah Bonds doing the interview, she's getting her name out there, doing a great job, and then you kind of get misquoted with a picture like that. What's your take on that?
Dude, I didn't even see that picture until right now. Like I don't really look into Bloomberg a whole lot myself, but I know they're a big name, and the fact that they put Ditch's console right there, like that big, anybody watching that is gonna see that Ditch's console. It's bullshit.
That's crazy.
It's bullshit.
And that's the crazy thing.
Bloomberg, you would think, like, they're a news site, so you think they would read the articles. Like, in the articles that they posted about that stuff, they said that they're working on consoles and they're going to keep continuing on working on consoles. Like, I don't see how they can misquote that. That's just bad journalism.
100%, bro, man. Like, Joanne's like, I know you talked about this. You want to say any final words on it before we move on?
It's bullshit. That's it. What do you want me to say? It's again with the misquoting, again with the false information and all that jazz with Xbox when it comes to Xbox. Why they do it, I don't know. Will they keep doing it? Yes. And it feels like they want them to ditch the consoles. It's like they really want Microsoft off this race. And guess what? It's not gonna fucking happen, you pussy. So anyway,
man, that's crazy. Yeah, talk that shit, bro, man.
Fuck it. It's morning. I haven't had my fucking coffee yet, so fuck it.
No coffee.
But no, I hate seeing that shit, bro. Like when you see shit like that, bro. Look at about talk that shit, Johansson. But when you see that shit, bro, happening, Bloomberg especially saying ditches console. When a casual looks at that, or someone just sees that on the news, people will think, oh, Xbox is giving up on the console space, or they're giving up the gaming completely. We in the knowing, so we know what goes on Twitter, YouTube. We follow certain people, and we know the information. But seeing that on like a news broadcast, and a casual gamer sees that, first thing in their mind, they're going to be saying Xbox is leaving the console space. They're giving up on gaming, which is false. But Bloomberg, they need to do better. These media sites need to do a lot better.
It's bad. The news is bad, right? Like everywhere you go, Microsoft being misquoted. There's bad news about it, or fake news being told about them. But at the same time, you got dogs.
No,
at the same time,
about it, bro.
Yeah, at the same time, you got Japan selling consoles right now. You got ponies buying fucking consoles because they can't stand about Bethesda is fucking exclusive and shit like that. Yep. So watching the growth that Xbox has right now after E3, which is funny because before E3 was basically nobody was talking about it, but after E3 we're seeing a growth. I don't think Microsoft is like, whoa, we got to get out of the fucking consoles. No, you won't. People are not wanting to buy them.
I don't how they go from Satya Nadella, the very top of Microsoft, saying he's all in on gaming, to Xbox is leaving the consoles behind.
That's insane, that bro.
Makes sense. He's chairman. He's now the chairman and CEO. He's doubling himself. It's crazy. This guy is at the literal top of Microsoft, one of the richest companies on the whole planet, saying he's all in on gaming, and people are saying Xbox is leaving the console space. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. So I want to give a shout out to the chat, man. We got we had 10 people at one point. Shout out to Dirt as well, saying TTS. Johannes,
pronounced tits.
Yo, Johannes, you were the first one to comment, man. Listen, geez whiz, what's going on, bro, man? What's going MJ Rodriguez,
Dark
Fugly?
Knight.
Well, Fugly slipped out for the. I think he's having an issue,
The
Fugly.
Dark Knight is here, and yes, chickens over here bark. Like
Oh,
this motherfucker
100%.
said. That's what he
This is
said.
what happens
Right,
when you live. Johannes will say many times. He goes, he lives in a nice tropical country. I don't believe that. I think he lives in the jungle. 100%. I can confirm
100%.
that.
I do, man. I do.
Yeah. Shout out to was it Ray? What's going on, bro? Everything good? Spider, the 13th. What's going on? Who else? We got Paul G. What up, bro? What's going on? The Dodge Knight, my UK brother, Dodge Knight. I was very fortunate to meet him at XO19, and what a top fella! What a top
Man,
fella!
he's a good guy, man. Definitely. He's the one who sent me that bag and shit, man. Shout out to him.
That was amazing.
Awesome,
No, honestly,
awesome, man. Awesome.
the Fan Fest, like, it's a 2 day. Well, it's a 1 day, but you pay for like 2 tickets, but that's like the extra ticket you pay for. And Fan Fest, you get all the goodies. And Dev, like, Dodge, like, when I met him and that, we were in the queue. It was funny though. We were all in the queue lining up, and he was saying, he messaged me. He goes, "Are you here?" I go, "Yeah, I'm here." And I looked over and I could see him, like, cause he's like 6 foot something as well. He's a tall lad, and it was good fun meeting him there. And look,
That's
he sent you a
cool,
gift
man.
bag, bro. He sent you an awesome Fan Fest gift bag.
Paul
Shout out
G,
to Dodge.
PlayStation for life. Hell yeah. Fuck it. If you're a fan of PlayStation, fuck it. We're here to talk that shit.
Yeah, Paul G can talk that shit if he wants to.
Sons in 4.
Anyway, man, you guys, listen. Sunday, E3 2021 Xbox / Bethesda. Oh man, what's your afterthought? How many times have you seen it, Joanzel, right now? show.
I saw it live. I saw it when I went to a supermarket, and when I heard it when I went to the supermarket, I was ignoring my kids and my wife in that moment. And I saw somebody's reaction to it. Shout out to Paris again. I can't believe somebody from the community was like pulled out and put into the screen. He did a good job at my point. I think it was awesome. But the show was exactly what I expected. I was talking to Devil. We were talking to you for a while on Xbox.
Yep.
And the show did its job. It's great that they did the after show after the E3 with the in-depth and the devs and all that. It was a good pace. It wasn't cringy, in my point of view. But I was surprised we saw Hellblade. That's a surprise to me. And they hyped me up more for Flight Sim. No cap.
Oh yeah.
That fucking
Oh
day
yeah.
was fucking like relaxing, bro.
talking
So I'm good. It was good. I liked it.
No, it was good. I got a shout out like Paris once again. I think he's one of the best compared to the Inside Xbox. We know we had a lot of they've had a lot. They kind of give up on them type of shows now because they were cringy and what they were doing. Like even the presenters, it wasn't right. It wasn't fitting for them guys. But Paris, he looked comfortable. He looked good on that stage when he was talking to the developers, and it was nice to get a more for in depth like with the games. Like if it's Hellblade, what's going on with the world, and what they're doing with the scans, and they're doing exactly what Forza Horizon is doing. You know, the scanning pictures, leaving it there for 400 hours, 500 hours, and the shooting in Iceland. So, like, Dev, when you seen Hellblade 2, and I'm glad that wasn't at the main E3, I'm glad they showed it afterwards.
right.
Then a more in there. So, what's your take on like seeing a game like Hellblade and what they're doing from the first game? How small, like with look, they had a problem with budget. The team was small, but right now they got their own studio. They got more manpower. They got better resources.
Okay. Whole room. Yeah.
A proper mocap room as well. Like it's crazy what the studio has become right now. And seeing the scale from part 1 to part 2, how insane is that to see a game like the progress from like part 1, part 2? What's your take on that?
I think what they showed definitely was better off going on this show than the actual E3. They're just showing more of their technology and like everything that they're putting into this game, and I think this game is going to look incredible. And like they're doing stuff that a lot of studios aren't doing. They have capabilities to go further into the gaming space than most studios can, especially with the funds. And they're in Iceland, and they're showing that how they're capturing like real time weather and whatnot. It looks incredible, man. I'm hyped for that game. Been hyped since the Game Awards in 2019.
Yeah, definitely. That was a showcase to see that. So, like, Johanzo, what's your take on seeing the scope of Hellblade 2? And it looks like we got a bit of a glimpse with some maybe CGI gameplay in between,
Nah,
the
fuck it.
dev daddy.
I'm gonna run with it. I think that's in game. That's fucking in game. You can
Mm-hmm.
tell. You can actually tell that's fucking thing. That it's in game. Even two shots from landscape from Iceland. I think that shit. It's in game. Fuck it. I'm gonna run with it. That's how
I mean,
gorgeous that game looks.
after
And
seeing Forza, you
yes,
can imagine this could be
yeah,
in game.
you can believe anything. Besides, when you have this is what Microsoft money gives you. Think about it.
Facts.
You give a Sobo a small team,
Yep.
a whole bunch of money, and they give you Flight Simulator with amazing tech, and that shit looks amazing. You give you give Ninja Theory a small team, a bunch of money, and look what those motherfuckers are doing.
Look at their
Forza,
studio.
look what Forza is doing.
Look at
This
their
is the first.
studio.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. This is the first time in a while that Microsoft's finally talking about their games and their technology in it. They're setting the bar once again, and I fucking
Definitely,
love
bro.
it. Fucking
I love it. I love it. I love to see what they're doing. Like Forza Horizon 5, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that was the showcase, and I think that one did it win award, won like the most award or something like E3.
Yeah, the
That
most
game.
anticipated game of E3.
E3 and seeing what they were doing in Mexico, beautiful Mexico. I'm glad that I love Horizon games. What they were doing, they've been Australia, they've been Colorado, I think before in the UK.
Italy.
Yeah, in the UK, Edinburgh, now they're in Mexico. It looks beautiful, and the scenery and what they were doing, showing like the picture with the photo. What do you call it? They call it the photogrammetry or something like that.
photogrammetry. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're showing that, bro. When they switch into the gameplay and they said there's no tricks, this is the game. Wow. And then you're hearing the same for Hellblade 2. It's crazy what the technology has become. And let's talk about one of the awesome. Let's talk about Horizon 5. That game was the showcase on that was amazing. We talked about this behind the scene. I think Playground Games is going to be probably MS, one of the top 3 MS best devs, or maybe one of the best devs this generation when it comes to other platforms as well. So, what's your take on like Playground Games with Forza Horizon 5, and like what are you looking forward to like in Forza Horizon 5, Johansson?
Okay, so there was no doubt that Playground Games there's no doubt in them making a beautiful game, right? We seen Forza Horizon 3, which was on Australia, was amazing. I love that game. Forza Horizon 4, which yes, it was in Edinburgh, it was on the UK, a little bit duller, but the game you cannot say it's not beautiful because it's still a beautiful game. And now you're like, all right, we know Forza Horizon 5 is going to come out, and you're like, all right, we know it's going to be beautiful, but we didn't expect to be that fucking beautiful. It was like, how the fuck do you guys top each time your games? It's like
How?
because it's a race. First of all, it's a racer. Racers like, all right, cars can't get realer than this. It's a car, right? What you're gonna change a little bit of shadow, a little bit of just shinier, whatever. But when you see the landscape itself, the desert, the grass, the jungle, everything, you're like, well, holy shit.
That guy, he said there's like a fucking 20,000 needles on the cactus. Each fucking
That's crazy now, bro.
Fucking taking fucking pictures of fucking the sky for what 15K, 16, 12K, whatever it was. I'm like, God damn, why would you do that? It's like somebody told him like, hey, we need 4K footage for the sky, and the motherfucker came back with 12K footage.
12K, that was insane.
Like they went above and beyond what they had to do. It's insane. But every time I look at Forza Horizon 5, knowing that it's a cross-gen game, knowing that doesn't have full ray tracing on the game, and I know ponies are attacking that. Fuck it, I don't care. If that shit doesn't have ray tracing and it looks like that, imagine a game with ray tracing. You guys are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think
4K.
How the fuck
Go on, Dad.
Fable is gonna look like at the end.
In the Forza tech. Man, it's gonna look
My God. If it's beautiful in real life, put fantasy elements into it. It's gonna be fucking insane. I hope so, though. I hope so.
Yeah, bro. You can't. As soon as honestly, everybody, not even people, not a fan of races. When they send that, they couldn't knock it. The only thing they're trying to knock is, it doesn't have ray tracing in the game, or the it has a performance mode of 4K 60. But when they seen that game, they knew they could have knocked the graphics. Nobody could. And Playground Games, I do believe they're going to be the best. And look at Fable, bro. Fable's what, 2.5 years out, probably. Imagine that game looking in 2.5, 3 years' time. That's going to be insane.
And that's
man.
going to be full Series X. So
You see games coming out this year are already looking insane. So imagine like 2 years from now when Fable comes out, like Forza Horizon 5 looks probably the best looking game I've seen. And
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
2 years now, imagine how Fable is gonna look with that same engine and their upgrades, and man, it's gonna
exactly, Ray, exactly.
Exactly what really 100%. This is why Turn 10 Motorsport is taking a longer time than normally. Normally they used to hit 2-year dev cycles, but now they're working on the engine. The engine's gonna look insane. Obviously, they're implementing probably like the ray tracing 100%. And imagine, I'm pretty sure Fable probably will transition to that as well if you're using the Forza engine. And once Playground Game gets the new Turn 10 engine and they put their own twist to it, imagine the next Horizon and Fable. That team, I said to Devin when we were watching the Xbox extended show, I go Playground Game is going to drop probably like 3 to 4 90 rated games this generation for Xbox. And that's one studio. And that's going to be insane, man. Once that Turn 10 studio game comes on, they done the engine, it's going to be crazy, that game. I agree with Ray. Once that comes out, it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be great, man. Like Johansson was saying, like the scenery in that game, like the desert, detailed down to the last cacti needle and shit, like it's already looking insane. Like, and these aren't just $500 boxes, man. $300 boxes. Yes.
You know what's crazy about that that comment on the chat with Paul G? Playground can be the top Xbox developer. You know how many developers right now on Xbox are fighting for that title? It's not a real competition for real because they're all like partners and colleagues and things like that. But if you think about it, you got the Doom devs that they don't do shit. Like they did Doom. Doom is a fucking top-notch game. You got the Coalition in there. Coalition is one of those studios that they know how to work the Unreal Engine. Plus, they give support to every single studio out there. So that's another top-notch. You got Ninja Theory that does beautiful games. You got Playground. Who else? We got. There's so many studios right now in Microsoft that are fighting. Like, who's going to be actually the best? And I can tell this for a fact because I believe this is going to happen. Out of the 23, I believe 10 are going to be banging out like games that nobody believes. At least 10 of those motherfuckers. It's going to be like fucking insane. 10 of them are going to be over 85 to 90. That's what I think is going to happen.
Hey, Fugly, are you back, bro?
Yeah, sorry, okay? Man. I'm, you know how it goes. It's supposed to be working.
It's all good, bro. Yeah. So you've heard the questions about Horizon. I'm sure you've seen it and how amazing that game looked. And obviously, it was the most anticipated game. Is it possible that Playground Games could be Microsoft's best studio this generation?
You know, so people need to understand that as the hardware gets better, the software is going to get better. So everyone's going to develop great games like Horizon. One of the things that I keep seeing a lot, at least in my timeline, is a lot of people are claiming Arcane. Arcane is like a sleeping giant, in quotes. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of threads, and a lot of backing too. They're saying that Arcane is going to be up there. And I am not sure, man, but for sure, if you look at the graphics and all the games shown in all consoles, maybe except Nintendo, well, on PC and it's just a fact, man. I love Nintendo. I don't mean to bash it.
Talk that shit.
PC, well, yeah, but you know, I grew up with Nintendo. It holds a special place in my heart.
No, it holds nothing
PC
anymore,
and consoles, the hardware got a lot better. So their software is going to get a lot better. So games are definitely all going to look pretty insane on. I pretty much, and if you think about it, you know, I know everybody talks about PlayStation and Xbox, but they don't realize it's based on the same architecture. Yeah, they're all tweaked, they're all a little bit different here and there, but you know, they got the same thing. So pretty much they're going to deliver great games in both ends. So yeah, I agree. We will see that.
But remember what Pony said, that only PlayStation has the talent to do games and shit like that. But when you see a racing game, when you see a fucking racing game bitch slapping you and nobody's talking about anything, Everybody's talking about Forza, and now everybody's talking about fucking Hellblade right now.
Fact.
It's like you
Did
can't.
you know? Did you know that the cinematics from Horizon, not all of that is gameplay. What they show for Forza, that is gameplay. That is the difference between cinematics or CGI and gameplay.
And listen,
Yeah.
you remember seeing GT7? Last year? Remember that? You know what I did? I went back and watched it. I went back and fucking watched it. Like, you know what? I put it on my 4K TV. The trailer comes with HDR and everything. I'm like, all right, let's see this motherfucker. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, man, you ain't got shit on Forza, like fucking for real. And I hope they fix that. But because once they fix it and it looks beautiful, even better, I know Forza Motorsports is gonna come back and gonna bitch the living shit out of them again. Like, fuck it. Forza ain't playing around, man.
What about how they opened the game for players, man, to do your own trails, your own maps?
Well, they started doing it in Forza 4.
Great.
In Forza Horizon 4, they started letting you do like your own like little races and things like that. You can do a custom race, but now you can do like little things with ramps and shit like that. That's cool. And a lot of people are saying, what, Forza is getting a battle royale now? I'm like, no, they already had a battle royale.
They had one last.
So a lot of people are saying, like, I didn't know they're gonna get a battle royale. No, they already had one. So,
but that's the thing.
And here's another thing. Do you remember last July the graphics? It was a demo. It wasn't the game. It was a demo for Infinite. And now the difference between now and then. So imagine the difference between Forza now and the time it's released.
Even better.
It's only going to get better.
Let me just answer G's with no one is even talking about Ratchet. You're damn right. Do you know why they're not talking about it, bro? It's because they're crying, man. This is why they're crying for.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my fam.
That's what they're crying for, bro.
I saw somebody post that within a 2-day period or a 3-day period, they beat the game like 3 times. So it was short. And the graphics weren't all there like promoted.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. It's just it doesn't matter. Like I said, E3 is a massive event. I'm not surprised that games like that have gone under the radar right now. And Ratchet and Clank, don't get me wrong, that's a great game. It's an incredible studio. Insomniac is doing this shit.
How many games have they made?
Yeah, they just obviously made about 16, I believe, but still they're doing this shit. So you got to give them credit. Insomniac is doing this shit, and that's what it is, bro. Now let's talk about another game that started off the show. A lot of people leading up to this show were saying a certain game will be multi-plat. It'll only be a time exclusive, and that game is Starfield. And you seen it? They slapped it. Xbox exclusive. The only way you're going to play that is where Game Pass is, basically. So, Fugly, when you see that sign, it's that Xbox saying, listen, guys, we brought ZeniMax, and the games that's got no contracts, they can be on any platform, but games like Starfield, game like Redfall, that's going to be Xbox exclusive. So, seeing that, do you think they did that on purpose, that slapped out big letters there saying Xbox exclusive to the fans?
Absolutely, man. And they know. I think everybody, the industry knows. Whatever Xbox does, it just gets hit big. Whether it's good or bad, it just blows out of proportion. And they kind of did it to themselves because of last gen backlash. You know what they did? A lot of people turned on them, including media. They just hate it. You know, so they had to do that to pretty much calm the waters, I think. But it only made it worse because now there's people that are even websites that are they're stubborn about it. Like, no, it's coming within a year. You know, I just don't understand. I don't know if it's just pure hate or of the brand or of the whatever they did in 2013. But I've seen it, man. I've seen it. I think they did it to just pretty much shut a lot of people out. But it kind of backlashed a little bit because now there's people claiming the opposite. So I don't understand why they do that, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that. Johannes has seen that game starting off the show and seeing that the big letters, the big words, Xbox exclusive. Was that nice to see as an Xbox fan when people kept talking about Xbox is having an exclusive, they got no games coming? Was it nice seeing that?
It was a sign of relief for me, to be honest, because they always been a little bit coy with things like that. They always been like apologetic. They always been like, yeah, but they always put a word in there that like makes you think otherwise. But they finally said it. It's gonna be exclusive, and everybody's like, like everybody is, we're calm. We're like, finally they actually said it. That makes a lot of people happy. But hey, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is. Dev, after
Uh,
seeing that, as a guy who's like, you got to look at this studio. Bethesda's made some great games, one of the biggest and the best RPG games when it comes to the single player stories. Seeing the Xbox exclusive logo slapped in their face, was it nice seeing that as an Xbox fan all this time, especially last generation? Was it nice seeing the confirmation?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we didn't need it, but these haters needed that confirmation, and Xbox made sure to put it in a large fashion, like right in their face. Like, hey, this is an exclusive. And then at the end of the show with Redfall, super huge Xbox exclusive banner right there on the picture, and Phil Spencer himself had to say it again. He said, Redfall, like Starfield, is an Xbox exclusive. All these new games from Bethesda are going to be Xbox exclusive. We already knew this. We've been telling you. Phil Spencer said it on the roundtable when Bethesda became an Xbox-owned company, that these games are going to only exist on Game Pass, where consoles and platforms where Game Pass exists. But these people are delusional. Their mental health is going a little bit crazy. You got to tell them a few times. They can't read, so you got to explain it to them very slowly.
You know what? I love that you
Talk
took
that
that
shit,
point.
bro.
Like they can't read, and yet they wrote an article like Metro UK. I don't know what the website, whatever it is,
Bro,
still putting out there like they could come to PS5. I'm like, Jesus. Like, what does Microsoft have to do?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
They have to start selling prescriptions for glasses to be made because they can't see. Maybe a hearing aid because they can't hear correctly.
If you think about it, it's comical, man. How many times the company or corporation have to state it out there? They said it in person. Hey, Xbox will be where Xbox Game Pass platforms exist.
Yeah, Fugly. This is hard to need to state it, in my opinion.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
Dirt's there. Talk that shit.
That's what they need to do.
Yeah, you can put Dirt's face everywhere.
Hey, Paul G. Yes, Xbox exclusive means PC too. Yes, it does. But guess what? It's not on PlayStation, so still exclusive to Xbox. So
it's exclusive to the ecosystem.
Yeah, exclusive to the ecosystem, motherfucker. Go spend $12.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Dude, can you play it on PlayStation? No, right? Then shut the fuck up. That's it.
Hey, as long as if Game Pass comes there,
talk about delusional, man. Here's a shit point right here. Everyone out there that hates Xbox, well, I got a PC. What do you think a PC is? The reason it's named Xbox is because direct Xbox. That means PC. Even though it might need the same hardware, PC is still Microsoft. So you're on their platforms. Brag about your PC all you want. You're still where they want you to be, No,
bro. Paul G, listen, it is what it is, bro. But leading up to this E3, everybody was questioning, will their games be exclusive? And they got it. I say they got the confirmation, and you're still getting reports, newspaper. That Metro UK, bro, that's a free newspaper in the UK. That's a free newspaper. So
that's a tabloid. That fucking thing is a tabloid.
Yeah, that shit is free, bro. It's not. It doesn't even belong in where I live. It doesn't even be here. But it is what it is, man. People were crying over that game. Starfield is going to be a massive game, and I've seen a lot of people after this E3 as well, Johansson. You've seen a lot of people. I know this is going to piss you off, but I like to talk that shit. I'm going to piss you off, bro. After this E3, bro, what happened on Twitter, Johansson? People are buying Xbox Series X's and S's. How does it feel that these motherfuckers that have a Series X before your bitch ass? How does it feel? These are the ponies. These are the Nintendo guys. How does it feel that you be the Xbox guy from day one?
Talk that shit.
You can't get a Series X, you fucking pussy, Johnson. Why?
How about this, man? How about this? A lot of people out there capping and lying about the PS5 don't even have it one yet. You know, I just been dropping memes in their fucking posts like crazy because they're capping about this console, which they don't even have. You know,
That's fine, but Johannes, how does it feel though? You seen the other side getting the Series X before your bitch ass.
You hit a nerve there, Shadi.
It's between not fair and what the fucking fuck. It's like,
No, you
God
gotta
damn
put
it,
that
bro.
shit
I'm
back
doing
to
my
him,
look,
like, bro, at
it's-
least
look,
I don't
I want to
beat
get
on
this out of
stuff.
there. It's not about the money because that's not a problem. The problem is I live quite far away and I can't get the console. Fine. I have to deal with that. But watching, look, I have no problem with somebody else buying the console, but watching two fucking haters, like, you know what? I'm going to the store and get a fucking Xbox, and they get it like with no fucking problems. That pisses me off. Like, they literally stood up the chair after watching E3, went to a fucking GameSpot or wherever they went, and then they have the fucking Xbox in their house. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? That ain't fair, man. That ain't fair. I'm not asking for something free. I'm just asking the chance to buy one. That's all I want. But whatever, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I hope their Xbox is breaking shit like that, but it's cool. It's cool.
It's a shame though. It was funny to see all these guys getting the Series X or the S. Both great console. I know Fugly just said he just got one just recently for it's who did you get one for recently, Fugly?
I've had about 2 Series X on November last year, and I
Yep.
just bought a Series S last night. That thing
Last
is
night.
tiny, man. You
It's
got a
beautiful.
Taco Bell. Yeah, Taco Bell box is bigger than the S. I bought it for my sister. She's loving it, man. She's loving it. She likes it better than her Nintendo Switch. And then the minute she got on Game Pass, she was like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, you just play whatever." So she did. She had 90 games queued to download. I'm like,
No
"You
way.
ain't gonna fit them all." Yeah, no kidding. I go, "You ain't gonna fit them all." And she don't care. She play one on the lead, go to the next one. You know, I'm like, "Oh, go for it." That's why it's there.
That's her system,
Man,
man.
just think of it. That's so awesome. Like for a kid, like just imagine she had 90 games in the queue. She'll
No
beat one,
kidding.
then delete it, and let another one down. That's insane.
That's crazy to see that. Imagine we were kids, but let's be honest, times were different back then. So our parents would have said, "Kiss our asses." We're not going to get our subscription back then. But now we're in a different generation where it's all about services. But
Dude,
that,
literally Game Pass is when you were a kid and you went to Blockbuster
yeah,
and your dad gives you like, here's $20. Back then an NES game, I think it was like what? Fuck, I don't remember, like $5, some shit like that, a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, I could get 4 now with Game Pass. This is what I'm seeing right now. A lot of people that are discovering Game Pass now are like, ooh, this is here. I'm downloading that. Ooh, this is here. I'm downloading that. Oh shit, this is here too. I'm getting that. It's like, that's funny. Everybody's getting a massive queues. I'm like, dude, why are you queuing so many games? It's crazy. But
that's the thing. Like Johansson, one of the biggest thing with Game Pass, like when we were kids, but now Game Pass, there's so many games there. Like if you went Blockbuster back in the days, or I think it's GameFly for you guys, where like you got that over there, you have to look at the box art. You'd be, is this game gonna be good? Because internet wasn't popping like that as well. It wasn't. It was there, but it wasn't popping like it is now. But with Game Pass, it's like over 400 games, I believe, with EA Play as well. Bro, you can choose wherever you want, and if you don't like the game, you install it. But with Blockbuster, you're down that $5 ready, bro. You're already down.
you know, it's funny when you're talking about looking at the box art. I rented like 4 times Bart and Radioactive Man for the NES, like 5 times. Even though the game was trash, I just looked at the box art like, I still like how it looks, and I keep renting the motherfucker. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you know, this is true, man. Most people don't realize. I think people that were born 2000 and up, back
It's
in our
crazy.
days, man, we had to go to Blockbuster or Game. It was another one.
Hollywood Video, man.
Yeah, exactly. You would rent the game. You would rent the game, and if you didn't like it, you go grab another one. And it also happened to me where I bought a game because a magazine would, oh, this game is dope. You would plug it in and play, and like, fuck, I just wasted $20. So renting game was great for us, you know, before you buy it.
Right.
Question: what was the last game you ever rented? I know which one it was mine. I do.
Oh man,
Rented.
You might rented.
Not Game Pass
Blockbuster.
rented, but rent. Yeah, Blockbuster, because mine was Blockbuster or Video Avenue or VideoNet, but it doesn't matter. What was
Like
the last
going to a video store.
Yeah, what was the last one?
If I have to put a guess on it, bro, I might be wrong, but the last one, Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube.
Same era. I'm on the same era, but all right, Devin, you.
I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it was GameCube as well. I'm gonna go. Beautiful Joe.
That's awesome. I like that game. That was cool.
Beautiful Joe.
Yeah, Beautiful Joe.
What kind of shit's that, Dev? Is that some suspect shit or what?
No, Beautiful Joe was a Capcom game. He's in Mars of Capcom 3. He's the little dude.
Listen. I don't want to hear that shit. I've heard of G.I. Joe, but Beautiful Joe. What the fuck
beautiful.
Is that?
It's with a V, not a B.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Still sounds suspect to me anyway. G.I. Joe. You want to talk that shit? Talk about G.I. Joe, not beautiful, whatever the fuck that game is. Anyway, carry on, Dev.
Man.
It was either that or going back to like before that, like ESPN 2K5 for the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Shit.
You're fugly.
Man,
we're still waiting on yours, bro.
I just turned my wheels here, and the last game I rented had to be like in the 1990 or 89, and it was for the NES, Super Nintendo, and I believe it was Bubble Boy, or where you were Bubbles and something like that. Because when I got the Super NES, I didn't rent any games; I just bought them, and because I got stuck to GoldenEye and Super Street Fighter 2 and all those games, so I never rented games.
Fuck yeah.
Then I got them. Yeah, man, I'm an old dog here. Yeah.
Hey, R&B, how's the mic, man? Look when's the last time you rented a mic? Wow, Dirt.
Yo, man, look what Dirt saying to me. Sean's a casual. Never heard of Viewful Joe. What the fuck is that, Dirt?
Yeah.
Tell me what. Is that
Yo, for real? You haven't seen? You've never seen Beautiful Joe? For real?
I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna pull it up.
No, I'm gonna pull it. I got it right here. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, pull it up.
Come
Share
on,
your
man.
screen, John. I want to see this shit now. All of you guys are talking about this. This game looks suspect as hell.
You ain't a gamer, Sean. You ain't a real gamer.
John,
I'm on a panel full of suspect.
It's not a GameCube cut that shit. Here it is.
Yo, R&B, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? Good morning, my brothers.
That shit is blinking. Why is that?
Oh, morning, my man.
Are we ready now, bro? Hold on.
What do we talk about this beautiful Friday morning?
We were just saying, the question was, what was the last game you ever rented? Why is that shit blinking? I don't know why is it doing that. But that's Beautiful Joe right there.
The last game I rented.
Beautiful Joe. 1 second. Let me share my screen. Why is it blink?
I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that.
You want to try again?
No. You go ahead and search it yourself. Fuck it.
No, fuck that shit. I'm searching that shit.
last game you rent, because we're talking about Game Pass, how great it is, and people are discovering Game Pass, and they're like choosing every game they can. And when we were kids, we couldn't do that, right? We barely got like $20 for our parents, and like started rent 2-3 games maybe. But all these people now getting Game Pass are like, ooh, there's this here, and they're all excited and shit. So look at this ray tracing.
Look at this shit. Look at this motherfucker with
before we go to Dirt, R&B. Dude,
hey, Dirt. What's up, Dirt?
R&B, what was the last time you rented a game, man?
The last time I rented a game was over 6 years ago when the Telltale Walking Dead games were first out.
Oh shit!
Which game?
I rented the first one through GameFly because I was still around.
Oh shit!
GameFly. Oh,
yeah.
That's not that far away.
Is that still around? I don't think
know.
so, right? I don't think GameFly's still around.
The last game I rented was Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube.
Whoa.
Fire. Absolute fire.
And Dirt is out the building.
Dirt's out of the window. R&B, like, Telltale's game. Is that you actually went out, or did you just got it over the internet and they kind of delivered it to you?
Yeah, I literally ordered it in the mail. They delivered it. I opened it up, played it for like a few hours, sent it right back.
What?
Yeah, that's
What?
the game.
Now they're all.
All right, before GameFly, we should say then like Blockbuster or like Hollywood Video.
Going to like a Blockbuster
Oh,
and
yeah.
walking with your daddy and I say, Daddy, I want a game, I want this game. Your daddy goes, you ain't getting shit, motherfucker.
You casual, Sean. You a damn casual.
Oh,
Yo,
shit.
you're
Talk
dead.
that
Don't start
shit.
that shit. You're dead. The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
no-
if there's an echo. I don't have my earbuds.
No
But
problems,
listen,
man.
you piece of shit. How you never heard of Beautiful Joe?
Who the fuck wants to eat that shit? Look how it sounds, bro. Look how it sounds.
It sounds awesome, man. What the fuck are you talking
That
about? We
game
gotta play
was
that game.
fire.
That game was fire,
Casual.
man.
Sean, before Hideki Kamiya was out here with Bayonetta and all this other stuff, he made Beautiful Joe.
Yo, listen,
Facts.
that looks like a simulated dating game. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, man.
Actually, no,
What's
man.
that
It's a,
about?
it's a self-shaded like comic book game, like with a weird superhero. That's what it is, man.
What year did it
It's a
come
beat
out?
'em up. It's a fucking beat 'em up, bro. It
What
even
year
had
did
his
it
own
come out?
cartoon. It even had his own cartoon, bro.
When did that shit come out?
The early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Oh god, yeah, we were on the what console was it on?
GameCube.
Thank you.
I think
wonder
it
it was
also came
dog
to.
shit.
Wait,
That's
wait,
why.
wait. Hold on. I think it did came to PlayStation.
I
think not.
It was
when
GameCube
it came
first.
out, it was exclusive to GameCube. So
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, let's move along with that shit. So
I've
I've never had a GameCube, man. If you got just on personal side, I'm not sure. I don't think a lot of you guys own the Sega or the Genesis stuff.
No, of
Are you
course
guys
we did.
disappointed?
I
Are you
haven't-
guys disappointed about fucking Nintendo not stepping up at all? Like I'm like upset
Yes.
about it.
I'm gonna
Yes,
tell you what,
I am.
this is my feeling with Nintendo. I feel like those directs could be edited by anybody. I can do a direct and put some new trailers into the shit. Look, I'm not, there's nothing against the direct. Like the format is good. It was a working formula, but at the same time, this is fucking E3, man. Step it up. Do a new trailer. Look,
Okay.
Nintendo. All the games of Nintendo may not be for me. I get that, but I miss the days when Iwata was alive. And they had those special presentations when they were coming out as puppets, or you had Reggie fighting against Iwata and Smash Brothers style. I miss those days, man. It's like it's E3, man. It's your Super Bowl. Step it up. Nah, you got a fucking video. Here's the games. Hey, you're missing Metroid Prime. Here you go. 2D Metroid. Fuck you.
$60.
$60.
$60. What the fuck is that about?
$90
you like
if you
Mario
get two
Party?
amiibos.
Fuck DLC. Here's another $60 game.
It's insane. And every time I'm watching this, and I even had an argument in one of my WhatsApp groups over here in Panama about that shit. They're like, you're crazy and shit like that. Yo, dude, my Nintendo is turning into the masters of cheap budget gaming with high price tags. It's insane.
Phantom.
What's up, man?
They always were. They always
They
were.
always were, but they're
Nah,
keeping
man, nah,
it.
man.
But you know, if you
The
think
last
about it,
time
the
Look,
64 were their best area, in my opinion, man. 64 was lit.
they had look, the last time I saw them, what the fuck? The last time I saw them fight for my money was on the GameCube, man. They're like, fuck, we got Resident Evil 4. We got Eternal Darkness, right? We had like Smash
Yeah,
Bros.
Fantasy
Elite.
Star Online with our
Of course,
adapter.
they had a bunch of shit, and now what Nintendo? What the fuck happened to you? And then you do that dumb bullshit against everybody who's trying to stream the thing. Like, hey, if you fucking stream, we're gonna demonetize your fucking channel. Like, why would you do that? It's free fucking marketing.
Listen to Tip Diamond.
Get to the times, Nintendo. When
Tip
you
Diamond.
hear fucking streaming, it's not pirating, but you think everybody's trying to
Nah,
pirate
bro.
your fucking
bro.
shit. No, get to the fucking times. God damn it.
I wonder if they know that you can become a dev in the Xbox Series X and play Nintendo games.
You're Tip Diamond. Nintendo is
Shit.
dog shit. You're 100% right. I don't give a fuck if your kid
By
loves
the way, I
it.
just
I will
finished-
slap your kid up.
By the way, I finished Luigi's Mansion
don't
3
go.
and
You guys wanna-
it was good. The game was good.
You guys want to know what the slap in the face is to the
18
fans?
or whatever. Sean talking that shit.
Yeah.
Smoking that shit. Nintendo is dog shit.
What was that, Fuzzy?
You guys want to know really what is the saddest thing about Nintendo? Because they have a lot of hardcore, solid fans. They're always there. It's selling for a reason. The Switch is selling for a reason. The problem with that is that these guys, they're content. You know, they're happy with this shit. And the saddest thing is, it's a slap in the face because Nintendo has the resources and the engineers to develop quality hardware. They're refusing to do so because the executive decisions up there, they're saying, no, let's just milk another, $100 million selling this Metroid for $60. And people will fly. It's gonna sell, man. I'm telling you, that shit's gonna sell. I've already seen in my streamline. Look how Metroid, how bad it is.
And I get it. Maybe those games are quality. A lot of people love them, whatever. But when you see games like Mario Odyssey, right?
It ain't quality.
Well, it's a good platform.
No,
I played it.
it's
It's
a
a
good
really good
platform.
quality platform, right?
Oh, Mario
when you-
is good, but
It,
when you
it
see-
is for
when you-
10-year-olds.
Yeah, and fine. That's for 10-year-olds. It's quality 10-year-old game, and you see graphics like Luigi's Mansion, and you're like, why would you do Metroid that way? And my brother got pissed. I'm like, what happened to you, bro? He said, where the fuck is Bayonetta? Like, where's Bayonetta, bro? It's been what, 4 years? We haven't seen that game. So is Platinum doing the same thing that they did to fucking Microsoft with fucking Scalebound? Like, is that happening again? Where's Bayonetta? Like, for real?
Phantom.
where the fuck is Metroid Prime 4?
They had to start over. That's what happened.
Fucking
Really?
Still.
Yeah.
they
You
had
think
to
they're
start-
you think they're
yeah.
doing Unreal Engine 5 for that, or
I doubt that
Oh,
much,
man.
but
no?
for whatever reason,
And by the way, Metroid Prime Dread was actually a fan-made game that Nintendo like.
no. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
What happened?
Metroid Prime Dread was a game announced back in 2005 for the DS. It was supposed to complete the Game Boy Advance trilogy of Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, and the last was supposed to be Project Dread.
Oh.
Because it was hinted at in I think Fusion. At the very end, there was a cut like what passed for a cutscene back then was saying they're going to start Project Dread, and the dude who made it, he already said outright, the story's been finished for 16 years.
What?
Yes.
So you're fucking getting a 3DS game? Oh my god.
Yes, the story has been finished for 16 years, either between because they wanted to do it on DS, but for what he said in the interview, because I did a recent interview about it, explained either the technology wasn't there, quote unquote, or for that reason, Nintendo just said no for 16 years straight. It's too much to the point now, fast forward to 2021, Metroid Prime 4 is on a back burner, but hey, we got Metroid Dread that goes on a Switch for $60. So hey, take that. It's bittersweet because it's a long rumored game like Half-Life Episode 2 Part 3 and Kingdom Hearts 3. It's one of those old things. It's here, but it's like it's under the current Nintendo regime. So it's like a mixed feeling about it.
Hey,
Yo,
RB,
RB,
you got-
why
you
the
guys-
fuck are we talking about Nintendo?
Because Nintendo,
Because we gotta talk this shit.
Yeah, trash those
Hold on,
motherfuckers.
wait.
No, we can't let them
Talk
talk
shit
about it.
about them if you want to, but don't fucking praise them or something.
no, this is the
Who's
problem.
praising them?
This is the
Oh,
problem.
B.
This is my issue with Nintendo. They have arguably the biggest back catalog of nostalgia than between Microsoft and Sony. They have more recognizable characters and games than anybody, but they just hash them out horribly, generation after generation.
But you know, you want to know something that is just a fact, man. You know, you ever heard the term that every people that serve their government, the reason they do that is because their fan base keeps supporting and pouring millions into it. They're just a corporate, man. They're a corporation after after the end of the day. They just want to make money, and they're getting that money from their fans. So they're going to keep on doing it until the money stops coming.
Hey,
No.
in the RB, you gotta explain something to me, like for real, man.
What's up? What's up?
Why the fuck your mic sounds perfect now, and when you're in WBG sounds like shit? What is that about?
I accidentally fixed the settings.
You
on
sound
iPhone.
crispy fucking
He
clear,
sounds
bro.
fucking
Like,
good today.
I know.
He's sounding good on talk that shit.
No.
Talk that shit.
Busted.
How I call it tits.
Oh man. No, I had to
RB
fix the
anyway,
settings.
let's take it back to Xbox, and that's what it's all about.
Right.
Xbox week. Did you get a chance to watch the extended show yesterday?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So what's your take on it? I've seen more for in-depth, like with Hellblade, with Flight Simulator. We can talk about Flight Simulator. My brother was saying he thinks there's something in that game that's going to be good for console gamers. We can get into that, but what was your take on Paris doing the show, hosting the show, and the deep dives in the game?
Well, first thing first, shout to Paris. He's really shot up as a journalist. He really went from just one of these dudes going from YouTube to now hosting his own Xbox show.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Shout out to him. Glad for his success. 2, I am so glad none of this was at the show on Sunday.
Yep, I can agree.
So glad.
You want to know something, man? They heard their fans from last year. They heard they don't want no talk, no business, no bullshit.
Absolutely.
So they did that on purpose, which is they gotta give credit to them, man. They're listening to their fans.
Yeah, so actually it's perfect because Sunday, do what you gotta do, show the games, that's it. Very little talking, sell Game Pass, cool. Wait a few days, have the sit downs with the developers. They can go in depth about their games, they can go in depth about what they're inspired by, and just sit down and talk. That's cool. That is fine.
Yo, MJ Rodriguez. Damn, Sean's got some exclusive, not shit mics on TTS. That's a good one, that MJ killed it. That's a good one, that.
So I assume everybody's got their favorite pick for the Sunday show, as everyone does.
Yeah, go for it,
Personally, man, Stalker 2 is insane. But I gotta tell you, I gotta give it to Obsidian, man. Obsidian, every year Obsidian makes a killer fucking showing. For me, Outer Worlds 2, that shit was insane. I love the way they presented that. I know it's just a trailer, but the way they mocked themselves,
that was a fucking hilarious trailer.
Yeah,
that was
man.
The way they mocked the whole industry.
Exactly.
That was
Now we slow motion so we can bolster pre-sales, and we're not ready to do this. We're not ready to do
people
but you know
running
that
for
game
no
is gonna
reason to bolster sales. That wah sound that makes it epic. Wah.
There is nobody like
Obsidian.
Obsidian, man. I
Talking
became an Obsidian fan that day.
They were talking that shit, is what they were doing.
Like, for real, yeah, they were talking
whole
that shit.
trailer.
Like, it was a great trailer, but when is that game coming out?
Oh no, we don't know when it's
They
coming
barely
out.
got the name. They said.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to put it out there to say, listen, this is exclusive. You know what? They love to do them funny trailers. Same with the Grounded as well, but they wanted to put it out there and say, look, this is the Xbox exclusive, so nobody has to be like saying, is it going to be exclusive? No, it's confirmed as well. This show, we got to give it with the studios. Once they done their project for other platforms, the next game they're coming out and saying it's exclusive to the box, and that's what they're doing. So R&B Sunday show. What was the highlight? What would you say that one game that holy shit moment?
Damn, just gotta pick one. Shit. The highlight I think was Halo being shown in the best light possible, and people just seeing it as a comeback story. Because now everybody's just hyped about it. I don't know if you guys saw the Benji sales. He showed the Google search results. The top thing, which surprised me, was Forza. I think Forza, then Halo, and like a few other all Xbox games. But people really want to most about Forza, Halo, and I think Redfall, the other game too. But honestly, the entire show was just a right hook to the face of all the haters who didn't think Microsoft could stand on their own. Like, forget Bethesda for a minute. Obsidian is really the good prize they got because they have like six mini studios all working on different games. They got Avowed, they got Grounded, they got Outer Worlds 2, and now they're saying they got two more studio heads working on something they haven't announced yet.
That's
like,
crazy, that.
They're just churning out stuff. And then people were laughing at Phil Spencer at the end because he did like I said before, he did the I'm glad about the things we didn't show 2.0. But this time he showed you so much stuff that at the end, also, Elder Scrolls 6, Wolfenstein 3, all this other stuff. And nobody cared because the whole show was nothing but games going to Game Pass and first party studio games.
Insane.
Like I said, like Dirk keeps saying it before, they're literally in a position to go up game after game after game after game, so no one can complain no more. They have games.
Hey, R&B, let me ask you something. Remember last year when they showed Halo and they showed, or the last time they showed, people were hating on the sprint and the grapple hook and and this and that. Well, let me ask you this: I haven't seen, maybe you guys have, anything on the timeline about the hardcore Halo fans hating on the sprint. Or the hook. No, everyone turned, man. Everyone's loving this shit.
Dude,
I'm loving this shit.
I've noticed that because the first thing when I saw it, I'm like, there's sprint. People are going to complain. And it's been days and days and days. And I'm like, I even put a tweet like, hey, yo, hardcore for Halo fans.
I saw that.
What happened to sprint? Nobody's complaining about sprint.
Because it was fucking fire, man. That MP is fire.
I'm honestly kind of confused because looking at between last show and this show, it does look better. But it's that radically different. I don't know what. Maybe I know what it was. It probably was Joseph Staten because seeing how the last guy got thrown out, that was ahead of it. I won't say it was too convenient, but I think he was going to step down anyway, and they were going to put Joseph Staten up because he stepped down within they had a bad show. He stepped down with like 2 or 3 months after that. The Joseph Staten comes in.
Yes, and Chris Lee.
Yeah, Chris Lee.
There's a reason they put him there, man.
Yeah,
that's why they put him there.
Yeah, they delay it indefinitely. Then they come out. This past Sunday with a much better show, and it's like, no, I can't see a single running narrative that the ponies have that's strong enough to say they had a bad show. I can't see one.
I still haven't seen a meme for real.
I thought they would go over this whole show with a magnifying glass and pick out something they didn't like.
I remember Dirt saying that. Dirt was like, look, this is gonna happen on Sunday. We're gonna get like 100%. Like Zooms and shit. We're gonna see a lot of memes.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
I
And
did
then
see
we're like,
one.
well, today is fucking Friday, and I still
know.
haven't seen one.
No,
And
yeah,
they're
I've seen
still- some
I've
of them
seen
are
one.
still-
You know, on Forza where they're zooming in on the beach. On the right hand, there's coconuts. There are some ranches outside the
Yeah.
outside the tree,
Oh,
but,
wow.
but that didn't get blown out of proportion. You know?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was nothing though. But look, one of the things with Halo, bro. I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but last year, how they showed the Halo, I was disappointed. And you guys know on WBG,
Yeah.
I was like, this is a Halo. I know this is the main guy, bro. This is Xbox. Like, my favorite game on Xbox, like, it's a Gears of War franchise. And if I ever seen something like that, I would be disappointed. And I was disappointed with seeing Halo looking like that. But looking like this time, what they showed, and the multiplayer as well, holy shit, they got an extra time. They got an extra 1 year to add more content to the multiplayer. And
Yeah,
the way the game is looking,
Well,
it's gonna be
if you
amazing.
think about it,
If
it's
you-
not actually 1 year. It's like 1 year and like what 4 or 5 months more. They still
That
have
was a
6
lot.
months of development. Look, I don't know if it's true, but some people are saying it could get delayed again. It could, but most likely it won't. That's why they haven't stick to a one single release date or anything, just this holiday.
Yeah, guys,
But-
but
At this point, after what Microsoft showed me, I'm like, you know what? This time I think it won't hurt if Halo gets delayed. Like for
yeah,
real.
but remember, guys, on July that was not the game. It's on the first thing. It was a PC demo. It wasn't even on the console. That was a PC
Mhm.
demo. Yeah,
But that's like, but showing the showcase for Halo, there wasn't no Craig memes, there wasn't there wasn't Cloud pop-ins. Look, every game has pop-in, let's be honest, but that was
Yeah.
noticeable last year. You could see the pop-ins, you could see Craig looking like this.
Clouds and everything in the background. Yeah.
No one ever questioned the gameplay, and the gameplay looks even more tighter. But the graphics, the color palette they used as well this time, and look, it's so much better. And you know what? This holiday, nothing is touching Halo, in my opinion, especially with free-to-play multiplayer.
Yeah.
And
Sean,
they're setting trends already.
yeah,
Look
it's
at,
like.
go ahead,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Van, go ahead.
No, they're sending trends already. Look at the battle pass. We're having articles of fans sending tweets and telling their favorite games like Apex to follow Halo Infinite's model of battle pass. That if you have a battle pass, the game doesn't expire. Whatever is in the battle pass doesn't expire and things like that. And once you have people like wanting your feature in other games, that means you're doing it right.
did you guys see that? I forget his name, but that's the guy apologizing to the crybabies.
Pete
Hines.
Hines,
Hold on, hold on.
What the
We'll get
heck,
there. We'll
man?
get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Hold on.
we could get that, bro. But like,
Before we get there, the last thing about Halo, they didn't. The thing that surprised me the most, where everybody is now on their side again, is they didn't change that much. Because I argue they didn't just add all that in a year's time. I think most of that stuff was already there. They just shown it better, and just everybody's now on their side again. And now simple changes like battle passes don't go away, free to play online. I think those are the changes that Halo needs to get back on top again. I think.
But you know what? They didn't show another demo. That's the problem. They should have just shown the game back then. But once nobody had an X, I don't think not even they had a console, so they had to show a PC demo. That's probably what threw everything off.
probably, yeah. But like, we know the pandemic was real, and a lot of these developers struggle to go back to the office. And I think it's good to see a lot of people are getting back to work. You've seen a lot more people going back to the offices, so it's good to see. And I think Halo's gonna be fine once it drops this year. It's gonna do itself. It's launching on the PC as well. It's gonna be an X Cloud, the consoles, bro. It's one of the biggest launch ever for Halo. Definitely. I'm not talking about sales or something. I'm just talking about how many people are gonna be playing it day one because it's free to play as well.
All right, question for you guys personally: are you guys jumping on the MP or are you guys doing the campaign first off?
Campaign first.
I'm doing
Campaign?
both at the same time. I'm gonna play like
Both
10
at the
hours of
same
campaign
time.
and go to MP.
Would
Depends.
you guys do campaign solo legendary or co-op legendary?
Either
I'll
one.
do legendary co-op because Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Yeah, that's the beauty of these games. When it comes to like MS games, Xbox games, you can do co-op stories as well. Like Gears of War Gears of War 5, 3-player co-op. I know you were the
Five
robot,
buses.
but still 3-player co-op.
You know, I was talking when we were watching the extended show. I was talking to Dev, and I know a lot of people wants like, hey, Microsoft, you have all these characters and IPs. Why don't you make a Smash game? and I was talking to Dev, and he mentioned Unreal Tournament, and I'm like, oh wait, Unreal or yeah, we were talking about Unreal, right? So Microsoft doesn't own Unreal; it's Quake.
Yeah, Quake.
They own Quake. Imagine if Microsoft is like, fuck it, let's make a crazy shooter, and we put Master Chief, Doom Guy, Joanna Dark. We put everybody from every IP, and make instead of having like this Smash Brothers game, we have this Smash fucking shooter game with every single IP of Microsoft have. That could be dope.
I would think they do it like a hero shooter, like Overwatch.
Yeah, like do a hero shooter with every single character that Microsoft has and put it in there. Like, fuck it, that would be awesome.
That would be insane. Like, man, like think of it. You could even have people from CFDs, people from Grounded, like with the
for real
arrows and shit. Like, that would be so dope, bro.
Yeah, it's
that's what EA did with Battlefront from Star Wars. They got Ewoks on there fighting. You know, they just mix it up. They just mix it all up. They could do that. They got the resources and got the talent for that. You know.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's just good to see the positive news overall for Xbox E3. You've seen a lot of the media sites, and like we could go into one of them, like what Fugly said. Fugly, you brought up Pete Hines, and a lot of people. He wasn't apologizing, but he's saying kind of sorry to the fans that you won't be get to play these games if you don't have an Xbox, or even if you're not in the ecosystem. Should he have said that, or should he have stayed quiet?
Personal, me, no, but. It goes to show class, man. It goes to show he's a person with class. I wouldn't have done it. I don't agree with him doing it, but he's just a better person than me. You know, because nobody else does it. Nobody else does it. What do the other devs do? If you want to play, get this.
Exclusive.
He did the opposite. He said, for those that don't get to play and are upset, sorry, you know. So that shows character and class. I wouldn't have done it. I don't agree with it, but he did it. Credit to him, you know. Credit to the guy.
But he did state on Twitter, he stated that he's not apologizing that it's exclusive. He's apologizing for those that are crying.
Yeah, he feels sorry for those who are
the crybabies.
Said, I'm sorry that you're crying, but this is Xbox exclusive.
I thought it was funny.
But that's still an apology, man. That's still an apology.
Yeah. It was, but if you saw his body language where he said sorry and just shrugged his shoulders up in the air, it's like,
oh yeah, he did that. Yeah. He did like,
his entire body language was like, you know, sorry, get fucked. You know, what you gonna do about it?
That's like, who gives a shit? Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Imagine if he would have said what the other website said. Hey, you know what? I wish the show could have been a little longer so I could apologize to you and tell you to go fuck yourself. That would have been a different.
Was that real? Did he say that?
Well, he didn't.
No, he didn't. No,
he didn't say that exactly.
Someone else on Twitter said that.
Oh,
he didn't say that exactly. He said if the show could have been longer, it would have been longer if he like apologized to everybody, kind of like that. But somebody else put the fuck everybody.
Yeah, someone decided that, but it's what Pete Hines says. It is what it is, man. I don't think you should have, but there's no need to. But I know when you do an interview, you kind of just say it, don't you? When someone's asking you questions, or like a chat's asking you the question, you just kind of come out with it sometimes. And basically, like you or R&B said, like he just shrugged his shoulders, like, yeah, it is what it is. Basically, I'm sorry that you won't be able to play on your preferred platform. But you can play on many other platforms.
Sean, what if at the end he said, if you don't like it, we got a console for you?
He should have said that, innit? He definitely should have said
I wish
that.
he had said that so bad.
And that is why 10 years later, everybody's still hating Xbox. Because a lot of people like me, man, we're consumers at the end of the day. You can't be a delusional fanboy of a product. You're a consumer. You know, if the product ain't do anything for you, you're gonna, jump ship and get a better product. So they did that to themselves, but putting a clown out there and allow them to say that kind of shit.
Yeah, but what was the worst part to this? Well, it's not bad for Pete Hines because, like you said, Fugly, it showed class on him, even though most of us don't agree on the apology. What's funny is I was watching other shows back then when they said Spider-Man is not coming to PlayStation, Xbox, or this is not coming to play Xbox. A lot of the people on the show is like, yeah, it is what it is. Buy a PlayStation, like all arrogant and shit. And now Pete Hines is saying sorry. A lot of people are like, why? I mean, it's It's a weird situation too. I mean,
But like Fed, it's like night and day. When the ball was in their court,
I mean, it's like accepted when somebody else is doing that and
Yeah,
not
exactly,
apologizing, but everybody's like, "Look, he has to apologize." Like, no, fuck you, man. It is what
Yeah.
it is. Buy a PC. All you have $5,000 PCs apparently. Pay it there. Goddamn.
but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
He
definitely.
No.
hides for himself. He doesn't have to do anything. He just
yeah, like I said, he responded to our boy Dirt Griggity.
Yeah, that was awesome to see that. Like
He did, man.
He did. That's awesome to see that. P Hands out there talking that shit and kind of doubling down, confirming that. Look, I'm not. I didn't apologize, but I just feel a bit sorry for these ponies. But it is what it is, guys. Look, they say they got $5,000 PC, but the option is there. You can play on xCloud if you wanted to on the PC browser. You could buy a Letterman Series S for $299, maybe cheaper.
Conveniently in
And,
GameStop stock.
I just did, suckers.
Yeah, and that's you can play it. If you want to play these games. I know the reason why these guys are crying for because it's a game like Starfield. The makers of Fallout and Elder Scrolls. They know what the game's about. They know how big them games are. And getting a game like Starfield, which is the next it's like 25 years in, kind of they had the ideas for 25 years and what they want to do with the new creation engine as well. This game is going to be another monster straight up, and they know that. And that's what people are crying over it. They want
Sean,
this game on their preferred platform. Go on, Arnaby.
You know what made it worse? But before we even knew anything about this, I think last year, remember, we all heard the big news. Sony's got $140 million. They're going around trying to get whatever exclusives they can, and Xbox is doing nothing. Remember that, right? We all remember that, right?
100%.
Then it was like 2 months later, that September, Xbox bought Bethesda, and then for like 6 months straight, everybody was speculating and arguing about, well, it's still going to come because they got to make the money back. Remember that? That was the biggest argument.
6 months straight. 6 months straight. And last night I was watching GameScoop on IGN, and they were still saying that there's a chance.
Oh my God! Let it go.
You know, that goes to show
I'm like,
you
oh
how
my
fucking
God.
delusional these people are, man. Because if it was the other way around, they'd be praising it. Yeah, another win for Sony. I've seen those all over the place. Another win for Sony. Great job, bravo.
6 months of pretend insiders, pretend economics, pretend people who swear up and down they know how CEOs run their corporation, all for nothing. Because at the end of the day, you want to play it, you get a PC or an Xbox, or play it on xCloud. I don't understand this. It's sad, man.
Options is there, bro. Straight up.
Oh, here's a question for you guys. I myself, I have I have a 990. I got a good gaming PC, and I also have the Xbox. If you all got the same shit, what will you play the game? Will you play it on your PC or in your console?
I just love the console space. I'll be honest with you. I love to just jump in front of the TV. I know things have changed, but I just love to sit down there. Boom, nice small box. PC's it's a much bigger box. I've always been a console guy. Don't get me wrong. 3090, 3080. I know they're monsters. Monster of a PC. Games will look his best. But I just love to boot here. I'm there. I'm at the dashboard. I don't need to launch a browser.
You know, the great thing about PC is you ditch your keyboard, ditch your mouse. You can play your console with your PC with your controllers.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, there's something about, well, for me, sitting back on your couch, watching your 65-inch TV and play your game, like in the most relaxing way possible. I work all day on a computer.
Surround sound as well.
Yeah. I work all day on a computer. I'm not saying my screens aren't great, my PC ain't great, but it's my workstation. I don't want to be stuck all day on the same spot. I want to stretch my legs. I want to get up.
That's a
plus
very
the
good
cheating.
point.
Plus the cheating, man. The cheating on PC is crazy.
That
I've seen it firsthand. I'm like, God damn, motherfuckers shooting people through the wall on games that you can't even do that. It's like, come on.
No, that is true, man. You get through wall shots, headshots through walls and stuff. Ghosting and everything. Yeah, that's true. That's one of the things I do hate about PC. Like I love fucking Grand Theft Auto 5, man. I played that only on PC. Fuck those modders, man. It just they ruin it. They kind of leave the game pissed off about it. You don't want to play it anymore because the cheating does get out of hand.
Look, there's one that, because I have a friend who actually plays a lot of Fortnite but on PC, and he was complaining that he saw that people were like modding the game so they can remove all grass and all trees, right? So it's only the land, and you can see anybody like fucking like for miles. There's nothing in between nobody. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Even though I don't give a fuck about Fortnite, that's not cool. But anyway.
Yeah, that is true, man. I love PC gaming. It's top notch, but lately for that reason I've been doing most of the games on the console because fucking cheating. It just any game, every game, man. Even games like Age of Empires because they ask co-op in versus mode, where you're playing against other people. Fucking cheaters. I mean, you're working for your resources, and these mofos just all of a sudden he's got all the resources and all the fucking armies, and they just it's out of hand. Yeah.
Yo, Johansel, this message is for you, bro. How does it feel that our boy G-Wiz has got 3 Series X's right now? Yo, G-Wiz, listen, bro. Sell this motherfucker a console.
Yeah,
Charge
send
the
them.
bitch as well. Doesn't matter. Send some jungle grapes or some shit if you have to.
You know what? This is one thing that this shit's telling me. If this is true, people are in the States are able, and in Europe are able, and Japan apparently are able to go to the store and buy their Xbox with no problems.
I just did that yesterday.
Meaning that the production is going up. As long as they keep going up and it's not like bots buying them, eventually, like before, maybe at the end of this month or maybe even this week, I'll send a tweet like I got one. So,
you know what you got to do? Because I checked online, and online everything's sold out. And I just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna.
Yes, that's what I'm noticing.
And they're there.
Yes, you gotta go to the store, which I can't do physically. So unless I take a plane and that. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we point out for a second the genius of Xbox having a genius, amazing show Sunday, and then 3 days later, GameStop has stock. Then the next day after that, Walmart has stock for Xbox Series X and S.
Interesting, don't it? That's interesting. Like R&B, I'm not sure if you were listening to the show, but early on after the E3 show, you started to see quite a few people on Twitter, like they got the Series X, they got the Series S.
Yep.
And it's crazy that after a positive show, even from like majority of the media, that's what happened when you have a good show, and you can't deny it, bro. Out of the 30 games, 27 games were coming day and day in Game Pass. You can't beat that, bro. It's untouchable, straight up.
All right,
come on,
Shani. Let me ask you this: were you disappointed, upset, or didn't give a shit about that game? You know which game I'm talking about, not being in Game Pass. Everybody's talking about Battlefield right now.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Would you want it to be on Game Pass?
I know it says it's not on Game Pass yet. They never make those deals that's months before.
That's what they did with MLB and Outriders.
They do it like 2 weeks before the game comes out because they need those pre-orders.
Let me answer this fugly question.
Good
I'm
point.
not disappointed, no, bro. The reason why I'm not disappointed, like I said, out of the 30 games, bro, we got 27 games coming in Game Pass day and day, and bro, we never know. We know like with Outriders, MLB, but out of 20, I got 27 games I'm interested in. Like, I could play any of them. If the game's not my type of game, I can leave it. But one of the awesome things about like everybody on this panel and people in the chat, that everybody has Game Pass, majority anyway, as far as the people out who are hanging on with. If you want to play a game, we say, listen, guys, download this game, download Back 4 Blood, download Horizon 5, Halo campaign if you want to play co-op. We got opportunity. A game like Ascent is coming out in July 29th, which is looking great. That game. That's a 4-player co-op. I can say to any of you guys, you got Game Pass, download that game. So I'm not disappointed, bro.
That's a platformer, right?
Yeah, that's that isometric, the way it looks, from that camera view.
Sort of like Streets of Rage 4. It's like a platformer.
Yeah, but that's
kind of.
It's kind of, but
like Diablo 2 Remastered, where it's like the isometric view, people walking around.
Are you talking about the Ascent?
The Ascent.
Yeah, it's an isometric shooter. Yeah, it's a Diablo style.
But I'm just saying, look, all of us could play that because we have this service, this Game Pass service, which is just getting better and better. Having this service, bro, boom. I said, Dev, your hands are R&B fugly. Listen, this game's coming now. Who's down for it? Boom. We don't need to shell out $60 and it might be a miss. It's part of our service, and that's what I love about it. This show did a great job. A game like A Plague's Tale, Requiem. Bro, the first one, if you not played the first one, it's getting an enhancement for the Series X and S consoles in July, and that's in Game Pass, still the first one. That's the sequel is coming in Game Pass day and day next year. We can't beat it, bro. Can't
Is that
beat
a
it.
Microsoft studio?
I
Or
know
that's
that
a
is
third party?
Not yet.
no. I
So
don't know
it's a Xbox exclusive because of contract.
no, it's just a day and date Game Pass. It'll be coming to other
Oh,
consoles.
okay.
Wait, which
Okay,
game?
I got you.
A
Which
Plague
game
Tale
come out?
Requiem.
I mean, we
yo.
That trailer looked fire too, man.
We gotta
Right, can we-
remember that Asobo is the one behind Flight
Flight Sim.
Simulator. So Microsoft and them are getting like this big. They're having this awesome relationship right now, and
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
good
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that part of production of Plague Tale 2 is being paid by Microsoft.
Marketing or
guys-
something.
Are any
Yeah.
of you guys gonna play Flight Sim? Because I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you one
Oh
thing.
yes, oh yes.
Oh yeah. Well, I played that plenty on the PC, and it ain't a typical flying game.
No,
You
we know,
really,
we know,
you
we
got,
know.
you really got to know your physics, man.
The London's
Especially
hard.
on the landings. Oh
the
yeah.
London's hard.
Oh yeah.
I played
Oh, yeah.
I played the XO and with all the pilot machines and the pedals and all that. And when it came to the landing, it's crazy, man. It's difficult to land
It's
the plane.
physics.
Once I
Yeah,
played
it's
it.
physics. Check
But-
this out. The first thing I did, and I don't know a lot of people done it. The first thing I did was fucking find my home. It's there, man. It's
Everybody
no
does
joke.
that.
It's
That's crazy,
there.
that.
Apparently, everybody does it, and that's awesome. Like, look, my house.
I'm gonna fly over your house and take a shit on your roof.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yo, Sean, can we point out? I was surprised at the games that were in Game Pass versus the games that weren't in Game Pass, like a Plague Tale 2, Atomic
Yeah,
Heart.
bro.
Yeah, like I didn't expect those games to be in there like day and date.
Bro,
Diablo
that's the
2
thing.
Remastered, yeah.
Wait, Diablo 2 is in there?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
what
Battlefield.
about the little guy with the collars, the little dudes? It's not bumper guys,
Oh,
ball guys.
Slime Rancher, right?
No, the
Cyclops?
Among Us.
Oh,
Why?
Among
Yeah,
Us.
no, Among Us.
Oh,
Why
Among
is
Us.
that game? Yeah, why is that game being talked about?
Have you played it?
No.
It's the next hot shit, man.
It's
They're
the hot
adding
shit on
more,
like-
mobile.
It's like it's a mobile game that blew up. I remember playing it last October. It was like it went good theme with Halloween. It's like, all right, so you and a bunch of other players are on a spaceship with an imposter. The imposter can go around and kill people, and you have to pay attention and see who's doing what. Then, when you think you found him, you have to vote on, all right, I think this guy's an imposter, and just shoot him at the airlock. If you're right, you survive. But if you don't,
Then
still
you
go
done
around
and
killing
dusted.
people.
That sounds fun.
It looks good
It's
because-
basically Snitch the game.
And,
Yeah,
Snake,
it looks good.
Alien,
It looks
a lot of weird influences.
A lot of people in the community, and obviously my nieces and people I know, they play their mobile and tablets, and they like the game. They go, it's good when you have a crew because it's funny because you be talking, trying to find that person, and you can lie. You have to lie. It's a lying game. You got to blag your way out of it. I'm not the killer. I'm not this, But Among Us is it's doing numbers on mobile, so I'm not sure how it's gonna do on console. But getting back to that Fugly, what you talked about, Flight Simulator. You seen that expansion coming out this year, the Maverick Top Gun.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
My brother brought this up. He goes, "Have you watched the interview?" Whilst we were watching the show yesterday, the extended show, I had to dip out for about half an hour, and he goes, in his opinion, like he thinks there's going to be racing in that game when it
think
comes to
so?
the flying. He thinks he's going to be racing because the Maverick is very fast. They're talking about is very fast flying, so he thinks racing is going to be in that game. And it's going to help console player kind of like enjoy the game a lot more than how PC gamers would, or similar like people who like to play them type of game.
When you said racing, I was thinking a little bit like those Red Bull competitions that they do. No, those.
Yes.
I was thinking more about that, but having like fighter jets racing against each other. That fucking
Well,
And you,
crazy.
that would be dope.
One of the things that I noticed, because once you're on PC, you'll realize that this shit gets big. So Flight Sim got big on PC. The reason for when there was a live tornado, because they got the live tracking system, everyone fucking raced to it. You see a lot of people fly into the tornado, real life tornado, because it tracks the weather real time.
Hold on, but
and
the
you just
tornado
get
actually
un-
affects the plane? Can you get sucked into the
Oh
tornado?
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh shit!
You
I
crash,
didn't
you
know.
crash. But
It's
that was the
crazy.
only way you can see it live. Now, what they do is they have like GPS worldwide, and it's supposed to track weather real time. When there was a tornado going somewhere, you see a shitload of planes, people all over the world, just flying,
Wow.
racing towards it. That was big on, at least on PC side. You can see it on YouTube and on Steam.
That's
So
awesome, man.
I'm not sure if it will be kind of a racing type of like a Dirt 5 type of game with airplanes.
Mhm.
It'd be more people just messing with each other, because you always see, even now till this day, you see people on Fly Sim. They're just like, you get 20, 30 people together, friends or whatever, and they're all flying around, racing, landing, and doing this and that. But
That's
I
what I
don't,
mean.
I don't know if a racing will be like points or
You gotta like firstly you gotta understand, like I think what they were talking about in that interview, he's talking about the landing as well. Like on PC, like you only can land like you can land anywhere in water, on the desert, on the grass right now. Like the way it's landing, they make it more accessible for console gamers.
I see that. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
he was excited, especially with the expansion pack. I'm not sure what's going on, if he's going to be racing. It's possible. Have a few friends, which you could do right now, but imagine having like objectives, like doing something, getting there
Yeah.
first, because them jet fighter planes, they're not slow. So
No.
it could be something this year.
Hey,
Exciting.
Fugly, a question. How far up you can go? Like lower atmosphere? Like
You can fly.
stratosphere?
So every, like in real life, this is a real life thing, right? It's a sim. In real life, all of your aircraft have a ceiling, so you cannot go above the ceiling, or you lose the pressure, and you'll just they fall into a thing. And I've done it. You go into a thing called a free dive, free fall, because you lose your the draft. You lose draft on your wings, and you start falling. Yeah, though you cannot travel into space now.
Yeah, Fugly will know this. I was telling these guys, because I was lucky enough to play at XO. It's nerve wracking, ain't it, when you're trying to land the plane, Fugly?
It is, man. You really got to consider the wind, the length of the runway. You'll just you'll overrun it. You crash the plane basically.
100 times.
And if you come in too hard, especially if you
now
fly
that we're
like
talking about landing, shout out to the real professionals that does that shit on the daily.
I know, bro.
With passengers on the back. That shit is.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
They really gotta know your height, because if you come in, and I've seen it real life videos of real life, they come in a little too hard and they split the plane in half. It's a lot of weight, and you gotta just come in at the right angle. Otherwise, you'll break the plane in half. And I've seen it. Planes crash for a reason. You got to come in at the right speed with the right wind. And the game does the same thing. I thought it was just a game where I could just know. You got to have the right speed at the right angle and the wind. You got to mind the wind at all times.
That's the thing, that Fugly. Just 1 second. XO 19. When I was talking, the guy on the stage yesterday, that's the guy I met. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy I talked to about what was going on. Yeah, that guy on the stage, he looked exactly the same, because he was a director, wherever he was the main head. So he was saying that they had an ex-pilot or a pilot that tried that simulation, and he goes, it's like 1-to-1 basically. That's how he was saying.
Yeah. If you just got a minute, if you care about the flight sim, go on YouTube and just search real life pilots talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator, because it's as real life as you do it in person. They've actually have a set where they got to land the plane like they do in real life. That's how intense that thing is for real life pilots.
But this is the funny part. I remember back in the NES days when you had a Top Gun game and nobody could land because nobody understood the instructions. Now you have Flight Simulator with a Top Gun fucking
it's gonna be
expansion.
crazy,
it will be hilarious. That same screen back in the NES days is there again. Like you just missed the fucking boat and just sink. That'll be hilarious.
It's not far anyway. We got to play, but guys, let's kind of close the show. So Fugly, watching the E3 show, what would you rate it out of 10 on Sunday, the Sunday show?
It's sad that I saw a lot of people give it a low score. For me, they did the opposite. They did a 180 from last year. So I rated a 10 out of 10, man. Not just awesome. Because of the graphics, not because of this, not because of the game. They did present a good show. They didn't present any negative, any talk, any BS, or any business. They did exactly what a gamer wants. They want the games that are working on, the games that are coming, and it was shown. For me, it was shown. I'm not a fan of all the games. I'm not going to play all the games. But that one game that excited me, a couple of them, it was a good show, man. Besides whether you like the platform or not, if people are talking shit about it, it was a good show, And definitely, for me, it was a perfect show. It was great. Hyped out of the game, out of the show. Perfect show for me.
That's good, man. R&B, after digesting it in for a week right now, the extended show, even from Sunday, how many times have you watched it? What would you give it? Has your score changed since Sunday, Monday?
Oh man, I've watched the original show in 4K 60 like these 3 or 4 times.
Woo!
I've gone through the timeline and looked at everybody's reactions, from Iron Lords to our reaction to What's the guy's name? Maximilian, the fighter.
Maximilian, yeah.
Just so many people just getting everybody different responses. I happily discovered that there's a growing fan base for a game that was announced that isn't out yet. With Redfall, people just gravitating to the black character. I can't remember her name was Jolly.
The girl,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
People are cosplaying as her already, and it's just crazy. I hope that game's good because
that's pretty awesome. I said I've seen that cosplay. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, it's beautiful.
I also hope that game gets a third-person view, just so they can appreciate, the character designs and all that. If it looks
100%.
Yeah. I originally had it at an 8, but I'm thinking I might move it to a 9 because I had it at an 8 because it was a good show. Don't get me wrong. I just had things I was disappointed in because I'm still waiting on the Splinter Cell game and an Ninja Gaiden game, and no one's announced.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta blame Ubisoft for that.
But honestly, that game was solid. Even with the indies they showed, I liked. Even with the goofy indies with the furry animals beating the crap out of each other, that was pretty good and funny. I'm gonna boot up to a 9 because there was nothing wrong with that show at all.
That's awesome to hear, man. G's Wiz is giving it a 9 out of 10. MJ Rodriguez, they're saying the same, 8 out of 10. It's a great show, like Johansson. After a week, bro, you've seen it multiple times. Has anything changed from Sunday, Monday?
No, it hasn't changed. My first score was 8 out of 10, but after watching the show several times and making how Sea of Thieves actually made me download the game again, it's a 9 out of 10. Look, like RMB said, not every game there is like for me, right? But what's important to me is every single game being shown on the correct light. And the show was entertaining. There was not any cringe, new IPs, a roadmap. Microsoft is doing its job. It was game after game after game. Sea of Thieves sold me, so it's a 9 out of 10, man. And I wish other companies will come back. I wish Sony come back because, let's be honest, E3 is not as good without Sony.
Apparently they can't because they're too cheap.
Yeah, I know.
So just so you know, Sea of Thieves, the
expansion,
Jack Sparrow, that is not the game. That's just like a DLC. Think of it like a DLC.
I know, but still, you
but
made me download
the
motherfucker. And the Kraken has his fucking face. And so it's not lacking anymore. So,
it's not lacking anymore.
So it's 9 out of 10. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Like Dev, weeks on by and that. What's your take right now?
I after thinking about it, man, like I originally scored 9 out of 10. I think I'm gonna bump that up 5, like half a point. That's 9.5 out of 10. Looking at the show, majority of the games, maybe besides like 1 or 2 little indie games, I want to play all these games. All these games look good to me. And they all look good. They all look fun. And I think I'm going to play every single one of them, even if it's for a couple minutes here or there, if I don't like it. But I'm going to at least give it a chance for almost every one of the games that they've shown. And every trailer that they showed, I had a positive thing to say about it. Even if I'm not going to play it or whatever, it looks good or it looks fun or it looks like this game. It reminds me of that game. I was happy the entire show. The pacing was incredible, like the best pacing they've had in years. I'm talking at least 5 years, best paced show I've seen. New IPs, Xbox stating that these Bethesda games are exclusive right in your face, as big as it can possibly be. Phil Spencer stating it again at the end of the show, like these games are exclusive to Xbox and platforms where Game Pass exists. And majority of these games are coming to Game Pass, which is another plus for me. Awesome. That's awesome. Random games like Back 4 Blood, Atomic Heart, like third-party games coming into Game Pass day and date. It's just great showings for majority of the games. Halo being brought back to life. I believed in 343. Everybody was talking that shit about Craig and everything, and I just wait. I believe in 343, and people weren't believing me. I said, just wait, you'll see. And Halo came out there and smashed it. And everything looks great, man. I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy. It's a really good time to be an Xbox fan, man.
Hey guys, let me ask you something. I know this before we drop the E3 thing and close the show. a lot of people had this hype about acquisitions and stuff in this. And if you think about it, you can't show up with your girlfriend when your wife is around. That show was Bethesda and Microsoft.
Whoa.
Bethesda and
Hey,
Microsoft.
you
Why
spitting.
will you be talking about all the acquisitions when the star of the
Oh,
show is
shit.
Bethesda, right? So I'm not disappointed that they didn't show acquisitions, right?
I didn't think
know they're-
about that way, but it makes
Yeah,
sense.
well, yeah. The name of the show says Bethesda
Yep.
plus Microsoft. Why are you going to talk about all the acquisitions when people blew a court when they acquired Bethesda? So I guess they got to get waters come down. People let it sink in. Yeah, they're ours now, and we got these other developers. So what I was getting at is, do you guys think? I don't know where the next one is. It's probably Game Awards. There will be more acquisitions. They have them already. They just when they're going to announce them. Because
Honestly, between now and the end of the year with the Game Awards, we have Gamescom, we have EXO, we have Tokyo Game Show, and then we have the Game Awards. I think we're going to get good news at every single one of these events for Xbox.
Right. When is the next one?
I think Gamescom, if they do that's normally the
When is Gamescom, by the way?
August.
August. Okay, August.
Normally that's what they do.
Right now, it's when you think about it, it's like what?
Yeah, that's normally the next big event. I'm not sure what they're going to be showing there, or maybe they announce something. But fugly, like we've been hearing behind the scene about the acquisitions. There's something going on, and obviously the show without it was still awesome.
Still
it was
perfect.
Still a solid show.
As a consumer, I want those acquisitions announced, but you got to think about it. That name of the show is Xbox plus Bethesda. If he's talking about other acquisitions, you kind of belittle Bethesda. Like, oh yeah, we got you next. That's the way I start to see it now.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Let's want to give a shout out to everybody who dropped by as well. So, Fugly, what's going on, bro? What's going on Twitter? What's the latest, man?
Twitter has been fire this whole week, man. I've been just laughing up about all these people crying left and right, especially the ones that label the show a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10.
That's a joke.
It's like
they do it on purpose. They probably didn't even watch the shit. Or they're mad that these games they're stating that they're exclusive, and they're upset. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this.
The salt is real when that shit pops up.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of my friends on Twitter get attacked personally because they have a family member on their picture and they start attacking that. So these people are salty. There's something not right in their head when they're mentally go that route. Ill. Yeah, fucking A, man. But Twitter's been fun. The gaming's been fun. I just started playing with my sister last night, so she just hit me up. Hey, you want to play some game? I'm like, dude, I'm supposed to be working. Give me a minute. So I'll be gaming for sure this weekend. And I just can't wait. Can't wait till the first drop is next month, right? July for the games announced. Yeah.
You're lagging out, brother.
That's okay for you. No, but that's the thing. It's awesome. R&B. Where can people find you? And I gotta give it. That microphone must be exclusive to TTS. Talk that shit. I was gonna say, yeah.
Kiss my ass, dirt.
Mike is
No, this mic should be working perfectly the next go around on.
We'll find out Monday.
We'll find out Monday. That's the only other place you can find me unless you want to check on Twitter with Underground Gamer with King R&B. The only thing I'm looking at right now between cleaning up from this wreck of an E3 party I had where I missed is I'm looking and I'm laughing at all these conspiracy theorists thinking Kojima's making his next game and hiding it under that abandoned nonsense. Because in the span of 24 hours, everybody was on Jason Schreier because he said, I'm 100% convinced Kojima. Then less than a day later, he said, I'm not convinced anymore. I don't know what's going on. This is fake.
That was funny.
Hey, R&B, surprised, man. I saw somebody that was in a private showing from Sony where they showed some games that people aren't expecting. Silent Hill is going to be announced, and people are lose their shit. So there, I mean, if you see smoke, there's fire somewhere. So these things are there for a reason. They're cooking something up. That's for sure.
Who said that?
I don't know this dude. So he was in this private showing by Sony where they have these things coming up, but they're not showing anything yet. And one of those is going to be Silent Hill. Now, Silent Hill has a large fan base, man. So people are going to lose their shit. I believe way more than
I believe they're gonna lose their shit when they find out that Blue Box Studio ain't doing shit. So
no, they're gonna run that out of town. They're gonna run that studio out of town if they find out they've been lying this whole time.
It doesn't not need to be them, man. They own the IP. They can literally give it to anybody.
Konami owns it, and they probably license it to somebody.
That's the best. Yeah,
I'm laughing because I guarantee you a lot of these people capping for Silent Hill have not played a single Silent Hill game in their life.
Yeah, was it what Dirt saying dirt kiss my ass dirt?
Kiss my ass, dirt.
I have tons of
my ass,
receipts on I have tons of receipts on Kojima. And Jeff Grubb, even Jason, like R&B, what he said exactly over the day, he just turned around and he wasn't too sure. And then you got Jeff Grubb is talking that shit. I wanted to talk about that, but we could talk about it on WBG Mondays on Dirt channel. You know, so Johansson, we know you're in the jungle trying to find a Series X. What's up with you, bro? What's up with you? What's
Nothing, man. I'm over here on Twitter talking shit against IGN. I don't know. They struck a nerve against me. I don't know why they do that. It's just they're whatever. It doesn't matter. You can find me at WBG on Mondays at Dirt's channel. R&B. I love your mic. Like for real. Fugly. Glad to see you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Devin. Finally, we haven't had one fight. I mean, we can't right now. It's all love right now. Xbox love. There's nothing.
I thought you guys were gonna go at it over Nintendo.
There's nothing to fight about, right? Sean, love you, brother. Glad about this new show, Tits Show. Tits.
Hey, Sean, you really got to think about this before the end of the show. Since this is a Tish show, you got to show some boobies, man.
Nah.
Anyway, man,
We'll show something. Don't worry about it, bro.
Hey, weren't we doing one of my shows, Johansson? Somebody had like some search history on fucking YouTube.
No, I did. Oh yeah. It wasn't even that. Oh, what was it?
I was like from like 11 years ago and shit.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck is this?
I know. I remember that. I was in that show.
That shit was hilarious. So,
Yeah, dude.
man. Anyway,
Yeah, bro,
Sean,
man.
good shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. Dev.
Oh man.
Dev.
So
It's exclusive. Your Dirt. You heard it. You heard it from here. The mic's exclusive from R&B. No fighting. That's in the contract. That's why there won't be no fighting from Johansson and Dev. But then what's going on, bro?
oh man, I'm just excited to see these games coming out. I want to talk some more shit before we end the show. Psychonauts 2 for next gen is only on the Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah,
and
baby.
PS5. It'll be on the PS4, but unlike the Xbox One X version, the PS4 version won't have HDR.
Oh shit! Keep talking that shit, Dev.
Those Psychonauts have a large fan base?
Man, a lot of people like it, and a lot of people that don't know about it, they're noticing it now, and like they've been showing it off on Game Informer on their YouTube channel, and they showed more gameplay at the E3 show.
Well, I saw the E3 and then I saw the extended. But you know, that's one of the games that is not on my list to play or download or anything. But that's why I was asking if there's actually fan base for that game.
Yeah, a lot of people like the game. They remember the game, the first one.
It's looking good. The game is looking really polished, definite, bro.
But,
Carry on talking that shit, Dev.
But yeah, man, I've just been playing games on Game Pass, man. You can play the whole Yakuza series. They just added Like a Dragon at E3. Talking that shit. If you want to play Back for Blood, you can play it day one on Game Pass, you know, because they treat us good over here, man. They help us save money. We can play these AAA third-party games day one on Game Pass. We only have to spend $10. No, you only have to spend $1 and you can get Game Pass for 3 months. If you get Game Pass in October, you can play Back for Blood, you can play Halo, maybe even Battlefield. You never know, man.
I'm
gonna be playing games, man, talking that shit. I'm gonna be on WBG on Mondays. You can catch me on Twitter at the Xbox Classic. That's my tag. You can catch me on Facebook, man. I'll be on the new legal Facebook group, the DX
Awesome.
Mansion. We'll be talking that shit.
That's
I'm
good,
everywhere,
bro, man. It's awesome, man. Look at our first ever episode of TTS, aka Talk That Shit podcast. Just want to give a shout out to everybody as well who's in the chat as well. People, you guys on the panel for dropping by. I know it's early for most of you guys. When it comes to TTS, it might not be a weekly thing. It might be like twice a month, or maybe next week. I'm hoping to do it once more before I go back to work and all that. It's because of my work schedule. I'm never on the same shift. Every day is a different shift, different time zone. So hopefully, I'll do it at least twice a month. And do you know what? For all the Xbox guys out there, this is for you.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
Yo, peace out.
Fuck
Peace
that
out.
shit,
Peace and
Dirty.
love.
Fuck that
Peace and love.
shit.
I'll see you lot from
Hit
Dirty
the
Zone.
like button.
Hit that like button. We'll see you on
Shit.
WBG Monday on my boys' Griggity channel.
Ray
With a good
tracing.
mic,
boys.
R&B.
Your ponies, kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass.